Robert Hutchings Goddard, born on October 5, 1882, is considered the father of modern rocket propulsion. A physicist of great insight, Goddard also had a unique genius for invention. It is in memory of this brilliant scientist that NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland, was established on May 1, 1959. He said, "It is difficult to say what is impossible, for the dream of yesterday is the hope of today and the reality of tomorrow." He and his team launched 34 rockets between 1926 and 1941, achieving altitudes as high as 26 kilometers and speeds as fast as 885 kilometers per hour. By 1926, Goddard had constructed and successfully tested the first rocket using liquid fuel. Indeed, the flight of Goddard's rocket on March 16, 1926, at Auburn, Massachusetts, was as significant to history as that of the Wright brothers at Kitty Hawk. Primitive in their day as the achievement of the Wrights, Goddard's rockets made little impression on government officials. Only through modest subsidies from the Smithsonian Institution and the Daniel Guggenheim Foundation, as well as the leaves of absence granted him by the Worcester Polytechnic Institute of Clark University, was Goddard able to sustain his lifetime of devoted research and testing. Goddard first obtained public notice in 1997 in a cloud of smoke from a powder rocket fired in the basement of the Worcester Polytechnic Institute Physics building. School officials took an immediate interest in the work of student Goddard. The school's administration, to their credit, did not expel him. He thus began his lifetime of dedicated work. In 1914, Goddard received 2 U.S. patents. One was for a rocket using liquid fuel. The other was for a 2- or 3-stage rocket using solid fuel. At his own expense, he began to make systematic studies about propulsion provided by various types of gunpowder. His classic document was a study he wrote in 1916 requesting funds from the Smithsonian Institution so that he could continue his research. This was later published along with his subsequent research and Navy work in a Smithsonian miscellaneous publication, number 2540. It was entitled, "A Method of Reaching Extreme Altitudes." In this treatise, Goddard detailed his search for methods of raising weather recording instruments higher than sounding balloons. In this search, he developed the mathematical theories of rocket propulsion. Toward the end of his 1920 report, Goddard outlined the possibility of a rocket reaching the moon and exploding a load of flash powder there to mark its arrival. He received a total of $10,000 from the Smithsonian by 1927, and through the personal efforts of Charles A. Lindbergh, he subsequently received financial support from the Daniel and Florence Guggenheim Foundation. Progress on all of his work, titled Liquid Propellant Rocket Development, was published by the Smithsonian in 1936. Robert H. Goddard died on August 10, 1945. Years after his death, at the dawn of the space age, Goddard came to be recognized as one of the founding fathers of modern rocketry, along with Robert S. Nault-Peltery, Konstantin Tsiolkovsky, and Hermann Oberth. He not only recognized early on the potential of rockets for atmospheric research, ballistic missiles, and space travel, but also was the first to scientifically study, design, construct, and fly the precursory rockets needed to eventually implement those ideas. That's all for today. See you in another video.